That's right. While Devil May Cry was great, it's time to move on. It's time to move back to the things that are important, such as RPGs. And why not one of my personal favorites, Legend of Mana? A game that was surprisingly divisive when it came out. I don't personally understand it. But that's mostly because, well, I have a very patrician outlook on life as opposed to a plebeian one. I'll explain a bit more about what I mean as we go further. But first, we need to select our character. Well, I'll probably not pick a girl this time. We'll stick with the guy. Now we pick our weapon. Now, weapon choice is both more complicated and less complicated than you'd think. Because, well, it honestly doesn't matter, because, hey, just play the game and have fun. But, as it turns out, they also determine your stat growths. So, there you have it. If you want the most balanced stats, you pick the sword. But that's honestly kind of boring. So let's pick spear. I don't usually take the spear. Let's have some fun today. And now, our name. Oops, accidentally backed out. My mistake, let's try that again. It's because I pressed it too many times. I pressed back too many times. Alright. What shall my name be? It shall be... Nah, I'm thinking about it. We shall start with a G. Oop. Okay, we will be G. Let's be George today. George. Oops. There we go. That's what I was looking for. George. The space. Oh. I hate short names. I guess it was just too long. We'll just be George. George is okay. George will do. We'll be George. And now we get into the interesting part. Now, Legend of Mana features the land-making system where you pick a spot on the map, and then you essentially build the world as you play. Obviously, if there's not enough actual land masses to place to actually build the map, you can't actually place anything. Now, we shall pick our spot. It shall be right here. Now, just like picking weapons, picking your land spot is equally both super important and not really that important, depending on how serious you want to take it. Place the mailback box on the map. Select a spot with a directional button and press X. You may place the mailbox under the brightly colored areas. Now we get to choose any spot we want to place our land. Well, we, however, are going to place our land in a very specific spot. We shall place it here. And by placing this, we have now placed our first land, and we have created home. This is our house, and it's where the game's gonna start. Now we get ourselves a little intro cutscene, if you will. This is the game that I play when I'm having a bad day and I just want to cheer up. Honestly, it's one of the most beautiful looking PS1 games you'll find. As one would expect. Like most Legend of Mana, well, I suppose they're not called Legend of Mana, they're called Mana games, just like most Mana games. It's about the Mana Tree, and something bad happened to it. Oops. Guess that's why the world is not right, and I've got to fix it. No, stop whatever you're doing. Don't hurt the Mana Tree. That was somebody's girlfriend. Fans of the Mana series will, of course, find that hilarious. Because honestly, how many times are we gonna play these games and then your girlfriend turns into the tree? At least Secret of Mana didn't do that, or Seiken Densu 3. That didn't happen. Because it was your mom that got turned into the tree. Spoilers for SNES game. And then everything important got turned into random objects and got sucked into a giant portal in the sky? But it's okay, because now us, the main character, are going to fix everything. So that's why we've been chosen. I don't usually watch this cutscene because it's kind of long. But it's a very nice cutscene, I suppose. Now, I've always read that this game was quote-unquote divisive. Well, not divisive, but it had mixed reception. Some people loved it, some people just despised it. Honestly, I just don't understand why. You see, I'm not sure if you've noticed, but I have a very open-minded way of looking at things. The way I describe it is, when someone goes into a video game, they have this outlook that they have. I guess I'm gonna have to pause this while we read. 9 centuries ago, the Mana Tree burned to ashes. The power of mana lived on inside mana stones, enchanted instruments, and artifacts. Sages fought with each other for control of these last remnants of mana. Then, after hundreds of years of war, as the power of mana began to wane, those who sought it grew scarce, and the world returned to peace. After that, mankind grew afraid to desire. Their hearts filled with empty emotions and grew estranged from my hands. And they turned their eyes away from my infinite power and were troubled by their petty disputes. Remember me. Need me. I can provide you with everything. I am love. Find me and walk beside me. Who's talking? Probably the Mana Tree. That makes sense. The tree's always talking. Doesn't make much sense for a tree to talk, but oh well. But yeah, as I was saying... And oh, here we go. Here we are. We wake up in our bed and we're like, what just happened? I'm going back to bed. Well, first things first, we'll save the game, which we do at our bed. 2P control. This, of course, is very great because it allows you to co-op with anyone at any time as long as you have a second playable character. Because of course you do. It's a mana game. I mean, what kind of mana game would it be where you wouldn't be able to play co-op? This is the part where I leave a pregnant pause to imply that there was at least one mana game that didn't have co-op, and, by extension, was complete and utter trash. Alright, now we get on to our adventure. We have this little cactus here. You can try to talk to him, nothing happens. He'll come in later, don't worry. Let's explore our house. What's this? Cactus Diaries. Well, we talked to the cactus and nothing happened, so I guess we'll just have to move on then. What a cozy fire. Ooh, there's a treasure chest. Fantastic. We got $100. We got 100 filthy lucre. We went behind the beads and there's nothing. Nothing behind the beads. But in here, we have the study. Look at all these books. Fantastic. We could even read some if we walk up to this desk, I believe. Or was it? There it is. This pile of books. We have encyclopedias. We can read about characters, but we haven't met any, except for Little Cactus. As we meet people, as we unlock things, these will fill up. And then you can read about them. Fantastic. I love it when they do that. But that's pretty much everything that's in here. And now we will step outside. Let's explore our little home. What's over here? Glorious. Just glorious. A giant empty field. I love it. Wonderful. I'm feeling good about the purchase of this house. What do we have up here? Oh, music change. Monster Corral. Ooh, we can keep monsters? Yes, you can keep monsters. And they'll be stored here. Fantastic. And in the back, we have workshops. We have a nice big empty shed. I love having a shed, don't you? Unfortunately, there's nothing in here right now. That will change. That will change, don't you worry. And that's pretty much it for home. So now let's talk to this little green feller. I'm a sproutling. The world can be shaped by your imagination. Did you know that? I knew that. Here you go. You got AF color blocks. This is the town of Domina. No, this is home. Oh, he means the block. The blocks are Domina. I get it. And so now you'll get to see our the primary mechanic of the game. Land placement. Press this button to select, oops, wrong one. Select an artifact. The color blocks. We shall place them right here. And poof! The town of Domina has been recreated. And we are all quite cheerful at the fact. Now you probably notice there's a great number of elements on the bottom left. Each land that you place has passive elemental bonuses that it gives to any nearby lands, and then those all add together nicely. That is the primary reason why you need to be careful placing your lands, because there are certain things that need certain elemental levels, mostly a specific type of pet, and a single side quest. Honestly, that's all it really is. But some people get really, really, really min-maxy about it, and it is quite annoying. Now, enough talk. Let's enter the town of Domina. It is time for exploration and getting our first quest. Now, the reason why this game is divisive, or its reception was mixed, rather, is because the format is quite a bit different than your average RPG. You won't be doing a main storyline.
Hey! At least give me your name!
El Azul. He seems quite rude.
Jeez, he makes me sick.
Honestly, I don't think I like this El Azul fellow. I already dislike him. This little onion guy, though. He seems interesting. What do you have to say?
I'm Duel, Onion Warrior. My friend Tipo is in the shopkeeper's house. Meet me there if you wish to talk.
Well, I certainly wish to talk. Fine fellow. Take me to your domicile. We will converse.
What the hell is that thing? An adventurer, eh? You should at least get some bronze gloves at the shop. And don't forget to equip them. Hit the start button to make your preparations.
Oh. So he's just giving me the absolute basics that anyone who'd ever played a JRPG before would know. But, well.
there was a scary bloke here just now. He said, I'm looking for my last girlfriend, have you seen her? So I says, no, I haven't, I want to scuff. And he says I was lying and he started threatening me. Maybe it was a stalker. Blimey.
Oh, there was a person here. I didn't even see you, sir. You blended in with the furniture quite well. I commend your camouflage. I thought getting Rachel a job would help her cheer her up, but now I hardly get to see her anymore. Oh yeah, let me give you this book about weapons, armor, and instruments. Look it over in your study, and feel free to check out our shop. Oh, the Equipment Encyclopedia. Thank you. That's actually quite nice. What have we up the stairs? Oh, Rachel's room. I better leave. It's not good to enter a young girl's room without her permission. They get very upset about it. Who is this lady? Oh, it seems to be a shopkeep. Oh look, lots of gear to buy. I see, this is another reason why weapon choice doesn't actually matter too much, because you can just buy whatever. You can craft whatever. It doesn't really matter too much. You can switch it any time. Of course, that will affect how your stats grow as you level up. But, oh well. He said to buy gloves. I don't think he meant these. Because, well, honestly, why would you just suddenly switch to different weapons? I would, however, recommend, I believe what he wanted you to buy are these Minos gauntlets, not gloves. And we will buy a helm, why not? Why not use my good funds and change our equipment? And here we have a full outfit. I have a hauberk, a gauntlet, and a helm, and a spear. And over here we have our skills. We actually don't have anything right now. Well, we have one special technique that you get when you start, but that's about it. Now, I'll explain about those a little later. First, let's investigate this fellow. Excuse me, sir. Sir, you seem to be having a hard time. Ah, well, there's not much I can do about it. I'd recommend fabric softener. What have you to say? I'm a Sproutly. I know that. The other one told me. We got no souls, you know. There are many of us, but we are all one. I like the ground. I like birds and insects. Chatty fellow. I also like, counting stars. There has to be a lot of stars. Yeah. Our last estimate was pretty big. And now he's back to his normal dialogue. Whatever. Let's get out of here. What's this building? Oh, it's an inn. I'm in the inn. You'd better let me out eventually. Please, feel welcome. I'm Miss Yuka, the keeper of this inn. I'm from a completely different series. Yes, I wasn't expecting to see a chocobo inside of a completely different series. Please feel welcome. Oh, what's this egg over here? Oh, that's your little peewee? He's quite fragile. Please leave him be. Rah! Oh. He seems quite invincible, actually. I think you're worried a little too much. Here you can also save and change player controls. What about over here? Oh, empty guest room. Fascinating. But, as always in any RPG, you must thoroughly check the rooms of the inn. You never know when a treasure chest might be found. And now we have acquired bird meat. Bird meat. Perfect. And over here? Oh, it's that rather unfortunately grey fellow before, but he's blue. And he can move. How fortunate for him. I'm selling the minerals I've mined around here. You don't happen to get some out of your rather stoned-looking friend, do you? That would be rather disturbing. But I have no money, so I cannot purchase anything. I have already obtained the bird meat, and that is all I believe that is in there. Now, one of the most important houses is this one right here. Now, I can't do anything with it right now, but this is the co-op house. With this house, you can eventually load in a different save game, and the second player can play as the character loaded in, meaning you can bring your saved character into a different game, making this game one of the best co-op games because you can just bring in your character and you don't have to rely on using crummy NPCs. But let's continue our exploration of the town, shall we? What have we over to the left? This looks like an ice fountain. Oh. Oh, how nice! You rarely see this in the wild. It seems to be a game publisher and a game journalist. The journalist is dancing to the game publisher's tune. How fascinating. Hey, watch this. My name's Capella, a wandering juggler. Oh, he was a juggler, not a game journalist. My mistake. It's an easy one to make. You know, because juggling and clowns and... you get the joke. This guy's quite silent, however. It's a very nice statue, but there's not much actually here. Well, then we can move on a little bit more to the left. Unfortunately, there's also not much here. Just a bird. What does the bird say? Speak, bird. Here comes the cutest mail carrier. Watch out, boys. Bang! Alright. Well, musical little lady, isn't she? Now, these houses you can enter. And then, down the path, we have, well, a giant empty field. Unfortunately, it's not as nice as the empty field in my house. So we're going to have to give you an F- there. Can you get an F-? I don't think you can get an F-. Could be. It's a rather silly idea, saying it's an F-. Because you either failed or you didn't, because F stands for fail. So we're getting an F- is like, you failed and then you failed. You failed twice. Good job. Now, what's over this way? Wahaha! We have a nice little corner up here. The St. Manor Church. What have we here? Who are you? Inspector Boyd on duty. I've heard that bandits appear here. If you see anyone suspicious, report to me. Well, I did see a rather suspicious-looking game developer. Game journalist. A monkey with a juggling monkey. He was quite suspicious. Anyway, I flubbed my own joke. Let's go inside. What have we here? It's a bird fellow. The goddess said, the mana energy is, seems to be some sort of pastor. Oh, so that is the answer. I see. Oh, so he actually got the answer. Well, that's good. Most religions don't even bother with the answer. Oh, please excuse my ignorance. I'm Reverend Novell. Helping those indeed brings my own salvation. What would you like to know? And so, we get ourselves a little tutorial fellow. He's completely optional, however, and he does tend to give us interesting lore. This is Domina, a small but comfortable town. What about this building? The Mana Goddess is enshrined here. The whole Mana Goddess. Quite illustrious of you for such a small town. And so are those who fought for her. There are other beliefs, but they do not hold the truth. Oh, so you're saying your belief is greater than everyone else's? Fascinating. Any other beliefs? I hear Gator Grottos as of a temple with many nuns. Many nuns? There's a cult group called the Diggers who teach rubbish. You must ignore them. Town history? There's a steady flow of people here, but Domina has never been much of a prosperous town. They may have helped to escape the ravages of countless wars through the ages. Townsman. I have come to know many people here. Whom do you inquire? Well, this guy has quite the dialogue tree. Man in Sandmantle. He came to Domina recently, but he seemed to be seems to be in search of someone. Tipo says she was threatened by him, but she often overreacts. Rachel. She is the daughter of Mark and Jennifer. She works at the pub here. She used to be a rascal, but now she's become quite quiet. Mark should not fret over it so much, for time will solve the problem. Others? Ah boy, I have particular knowledge of Mei, Miss Yuka, Mark and his wife Jennifer. About who would you like to know? Mei. Ask her for advice when you are distressed. Mei's fortune-telling will comfort you whether you believe it or not. Take this produce encyclopedia. You may find it useful. Take it back to your study for later use. Oh, thank you. What about Miss Yuka? She runs an inn and becomes upset if she is not called Miss. Miss Yuka seems to be a chocobo, but she insists she is a canary. How do you even know what a chocobo is? Mark and Jennifer? They own an item shop and take turns shopkeeping every other day. Mark stays inside on holidays, but Jennifer goes out and chats all day. Ah, so they are the friendly shopkeep that we purchased our equipment from. What's the town history? Oh wait. We've already done everything here, so about this world. We exist with the goddess's blessing. Your questions are? Imagination. Do not believe the Sproutling stories. Generations of people built up this town. Not an imagination. Oh, how misguided they are. We shall pray to the goddess to guide their ways. Oh, I see. So the Sproutlings are breaking the fourth wall, I suppose? They know that they were created by some guy with a computer? About artifacts. It is said that concepts exist in items. Items may bring new beginnings. Cherish what you encounter in life. About magic. Take the mana energy flowing in the air, and that becomes magic. Enchanted instruments with elemental essences are used for that purpose. But I think being faithful is the solution, not relying on magic. You would. About battles. Why do we fight? We fight to bring the justice that the mana goddess teaches us. About using 2P. You can use the abandoned house at the town center to take a friend along on your adventures. Thank you. Others? Dwell the Onion Warrior shall answer your question. He is everywhere. The little pest. Oh, excuse me. I was supposed to say that.